What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Kyle Special. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Clouds Best Shinobi, and welcome back to a brand new reaction. Today, we are reacting to Swarm Season 1, Episode 7. Now, y'all know what happened, bro. Those of you who voted, you know what happened. So I already tried recording Episode 6, and unfortunately, my mic audio wasn't recording. Okay, so it is recording now. I've made sure that it is recording, so we should have no issues whatsoever with this reaction, right? But yeah, so I already reacted to episode 6, but unfortunately, you know, the mic audio wasn't recording, so that is basically scrapped. Now I did do a poll on my channel asking you guys if you wanted me to react to episode 6 again, like kind of fake a reaction basically. It wouldn't necessarily be fake, obviously, because I wouldn't just react how I would in the first one. It would just be more of a re-reaction, like just going into the episode with the knowledge that I've already had. And the poll was basically 50-50, if I'm being honest. It was basically 50-50. So I thought the poll would be a blowout on either hand, but it's not, right? So it's hard for me to really determine which to do, right? I could go with the one that has the most, regardless of it almost being 50-50, which is to re-react. But at the same time, me myself, I already didn't want to re-react to it when I put the poll up. I was already, you know, made up my mind, like, I'm not re-reacting to this, but I'm gonna do it just to see what they want to. Because if majority, like if it's a blowout when it comes to re-reacting, then I'll do it, you know, kind of situation. But since it's 50-50, it's kind of just making me like want to be like, okay, well, maybe I don't want to re-react to episode 6 and just go to episode 7, right? But that's not to say that I won't do episode 6 in the future, right? I kind of just want to, I don't want to re-react to it, if I'm being honest to you. So I like to react to things that are like completely new, that does go to say, or things I haven't seen in a long time, right? Because there are some movies I want to react to that I just haven't watched in a long time, that I just want to get a new perspective on as I'm older, right? You know, so those are movies I plan on reacting to on my channel as well. Drop down any recommendations you have for me to react to. But in last episode, just to kind of, you know, catch up on it, we learned that this was basically based on a true story, right? And even though in the show at the beginning it tells you that it's not a work of fiction and that any relation to actual characters is, you know, 100% intentional, it still was like this thing that didn't click in my head until the last episode, until episode 6, right? So it was still in my head. I had this idea that the only thing non-fictional about this show was the relation to actual characters, right? But I wasn't expecting the murder events to be realistic, right? To be actual things that happen. So in this case, I'm pretty sure, I don't know 100% certain because I haven't done research on it. I'm kind of saving that till after this episode 7, to see if all this is based on a true story, because I don't want to spoil it for myself. I kind of just want to keep that immersion that I have going on with it. And it's kind of like teeter-tatter that I'm doing with it to see if it's real or fake. That's really what's, you know, where I'm going with this episode 7 in mind, is it being based on a true story. And in the last episode, we basically followed this detective as she broke down Dre's whole case, and we saw pictures of, I'm assuming, the real Andrea, because again, they changed the actors of everything. Every actor we've seen up to now wasn't the same person that was in the show so far. So the only reason they would need to do that would be to, you know, introduce the actual people that this show is based on. The thing about it being realistic in the last episode is that you basically met a whole new cast, in a sense. this whole like the whole thing about it being real was actually kind of crazy to me because the way I've been going about these murders and everything has been it not being realistic, right? So it's giving me like a whole new perspective on the show entirely to just sit here and look at it as a documentary in a sense. I'm assuming all of this is completely real, and that's how I'm going in with this episode 7. Dre, in the last episode, I don't think she caught Dre, right? I don't think she caught Dre. She figured out who Dre was, and then she was heading over to, oh wait, no, they did catch Dre, right? They caught her and said that they caught her, and then she was heading over there at the end to go and pick up Dre or whatever. Something like that. But regardless, she knows who committed all the murders. She put it together, 2 and 2 together, and she now knows that Dre is the serial killer she's been looking for. With that being said, make sure to subscribe down to my Patreon down below in the description. You subscribing You subscribing to my Patreon allows you to see every reaction completely unedited. With that being said, let's hop into the reaction. This is the first time it's actually went that far to say anything to living or like any reference to living or dead people is intentional. Who that? Did you say don't give it away for free, bro? That's what you're worried about?
No, you don't get to. Hi, are you AJ? Yeah, you're all right. Hey, come on.
I'm sorry, no, she's too drunk.
That's punk.
That's weird. You don't want to get her because she's too drunk? What does that have to do with anything? I guess fearing for your life could be it, but...
Not gonna happen. Yeah, that's...
That haircut is clean, bro. Jeez, that edge up is nice. She's eating out of the dumpster.
How much you charge?
Just literally
Thanks
go
for,
get the
Right,
taco.
not a lot of people would go out of their way like this.
Oh man, that's cool. Oh, your friend gonna be alright?
So what, she like a whole stud now, bro?
Oh,
She's my roommate.
oh.
We just ended up at the same party.
Okay.
I'm Rashida.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Tony.
Tony.
Just,
Very
bro,
fun.
thinking about how she's a serial killer acting like this is crazy.
ATL born and raised.
Oh,
Mm.
yo, how old?
Shorty, what is you doing?
Shit. I didn't mean it like that. It was just you seem really smart, so that's just what I meant. My bad. It's, oh shit.
Let's put her naked and afraid ass what's up. I don't want to ruin it.
Naked and afraid. Wow. Okay. That's where we're going with this? Bro, Dre's whole demeanor has changed, bro.
You got it?
Like, bro, think about Dre from episode 1 to what she is like just off the
sit
first 5 minutes.
Okay.
You just gonna leave her there?
I look like a doctor to you?
Dre, what are you planning, bro?
I used to have a roommate who could actually keep her clothes on. She lost her financial aid, had to move back to Louisiana.
She is bodying this role right now, bro.
Let that make you queasy?
Oh nah. I grew up on a farm.
I mean,
Cap.
that's so gross. You don't want like a shirt or something?
Nah, I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah.
Oh, not that. Sorry.
Wait, what?
What?
Is that Naja?
Naja. Don't you?
No,
I
that's my
cannot
favorite
stand.
singer.
I can't tell if you're joking or not. I'm serious.
Is she like different?
You should be like a med student or a serial killer.
No, you got her on the second one. She didn't react the way I thought she would about that
I'm
Naja's
gonna call the health critic
comment.
and get this idiot out of here. I early class tomorrow.
Oh,
Give
I'm
me your
sorry.
phone number.
Oh,
We'll get a drink sometime.
I haven't had a phone in a minute.
Hey, she don't even got Marissa's phone. I mean, the parents never turned it back on, so that's probably the reason.
My phone number and my name, so you don't forget.
What's your name, Rebecca?
You can call me.
I was going to say W Riz, but that was so cringy to say. I couldn't even
Good night.
form the words in that moment.
Sleep tight.
Dang, she really living in the car. I mean, where else she gonna go? I mean, honestly, I'm surprised. Well, never mind. I was gonna say something stupid like surprised she's not living in the house of somebody she murdered, but why would she do that, right? Like actually stay there long term at least. Dun, 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 dun. Dre, it's the police. Open up. She just sleep with a knife. This is real, bro. Somebody like this is a real person. This story being real is so crazy to me, bro. Oh look, it's the video from what, like episode 1. Look, is that Easy E? Bro, what happened to her? Like it's like she doesn't even care about Naja. Is that her? Why am I trying to peek behind her like it's not a camera?
You gotta pay for
Shut up.
I see how it is. You never called me.
Yeah, I know, you seem like a pretty busy person, so.
What are you up to? What are you doing?
Running from the cops. Trying to get away. Are you trying to help? I need somewhere to stay.
I'm looking for a place now.
In Cabbage Town. That's fancy. You want to give me a ride back to my place?
Nope. My car got cops swarming on it.
A man not got mine?
Nigga, don't be jealous. I don't do crazy.
My car is kind of in the shop right now.
That's fine.
A classic line, bro. That was a quick walk. Everything is so colorful, bro. Jeez. Is that SZA playing in the background?
Look at.
Way to
You
ruin the
good?
moment, bro. Dang.
Got my period.
Dang, that must suck. Why is she handed to her like that?
What? Don't be embarrassed.
Bro, you're like it's a female thing. What is there to be embarrassed about? It's literally
So
the
weird.
most natural thing to happen. Where is she from, bro? She looks so familiar.
Looks like it was declined.
I know, I run it again.
Do you have cash?
Yes, that's the one right there.
Yeah, that one's not working either.
I run it again.
What's going on?
Maybe you should take your business somewhere else.
You gonna take my flowers? Bro, they be having her in some nice dresses, bro.
You
Jeez.
got another card. It's like your third card in a month, huh?
She's still murdering
Nice.
for these cars. I doubt she buying
Did you
them.
get those flowers I asked you to pick up?
Oh, yeah, the flower shop was closed.
You couldn't come up with a better lie than it being closed. It would have been better to just be like, I couldn't find the ones you told me about. Just saying the whole shop's closed.
We hugging this family. You better come get some.
That is such a black mom. You hugging this family, you better come get your some. Bro, this is a whole serial killer. They're hugging and inviting us in, bro. That's
She's not leaving this store without her applesauce. So what did I do?
how long has it been?
Dump it all over her head. Somebody's gonna come up in here, take this child away from
So
me.
what happened?
Started laughing her butt off. Not only did she think it was funny, she started eating the applesauce off of herself.
Forgive us. We have a terrible habit of embarrassing our only child whenever she decides to grace us with her presence.
So dramatic. I like my job. It's a good job.
So, Tony, where you
Her
working?
parents seem dope.
I'm actually in between jobs right now, but I pick up a lot of work here and there.
I don't envy you kids today. A whole lot of pressure to make money and terrible resources. I'm glad we
Thanks.
only had one kid. America's failing its children.
Oh, Dad, nobody wants to hear all that right now.
I don't feel like this is gonna go horribly wrong, bro.
You trying to be cool
We
right now?
used to go to Houston when the Rockets played San Antonio. Rashida was conceived there.
Wow.
Okay, wow.
What?
You really on a roll tonight. You want to talk about something else?
So how
That's
often
what
do
I'm
you
saying,
get
like,
home?
bro,
Are your parents
what?
still there?
Oh, I don't have parents. They're dead now.
Oh, honey.
Dang, way to kill the vibe, bro. That kind of stuff sucks. It's like, what do you say in that situation, bro? Except that it sucks and you're sorry. But her parents aren't dead, right? Well, as far as we don't know. I mean, as far as we know. She was just put in. Dang, that's a big old like
Rashida
cake.
doesn't bring a lot of people that
Big old
she
life
brings
cake.
home to us, you know. This is a good thing.
Bro, I am a serial killer. This is not good. I can't wait to see their reaction to when they see her on the news.
Is it weird talking about your parents with my family?
Yup. Oh.
You didn't bring up your sister. You know, you
Oh.
can talk about her whenever, right? I love you.
How long has it been?
It's us.
Y'all finna be Bonnie and Clyde? Or Bonnie and Bonnie? She don't like Nyjah.
I don't know why I didn't.
Did she buy them Nyjah tickets?
I don't respond to text with PDFs. It's actually against company policy.
Why do I feel like it's gonna go so wrong? How bad is this gonna go?
I have a headache.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is this gonna go? I say a 10.
Wait, can I have a second? Sorry. Happy anniversary.
Oh, what, it's been a year? 2?
They're Nyjah tickets.
Ah, I knew it.
Get dressed. Come on, go get dressed.
I'm not going. We're not going to a Nyjah concert tonight. Are you dumb?
Dang.
I thought you would like it.
That twist was kind of crazy.
I don't like Nyjah. It is one of the top 5 trending topics in our relationship.
Oh, we finna start hearing the bees?
2 months, you could have
The buzzing?
flushed the money down the fucking toilet, and honestly, it would have been put to better use than giving it to that woman. And that's why you couldn't make rent, right? That's why I work 2 jobs. To make sure we don't end up on the street and so we can go to Nyjah concerts? I asked my parents for money tonight, and you know that rips me apart. If you wanted me to enjoy myself, at least take me to see her sister. Then I would know that you listen to me when I talk. I have a great solution. Maybe let's go to the Mercedes-Benz Stadium and watch someone do runs for 80 minutes. This is bullshit.
Dang, I feel bad for Dre.
The fuck? What are you doing? Stop. Stop!
Don't feel bad no more. Bro, it literally just always goes back to this being a true story at this point. I wonder if she's gonna turn herself in. I doubt it. Dang. She was really worried about that concert. Bro, she just committed murder and is walking into a concert. How often does this happen? Like, let's be realistic. The amount of people that go to a concert, imagine how many people you encounter that just committed murder and just walked
You got like
into.
like a list or something?
Not here. You got an email on your phone.
Man, I don't have a phone.
You out of luck then.
I lost my ticket.
Oh, what's your name?
It's Rashida
Rashida.
Thompson.
Cool. All right. All I need to see is your ID, Rashida, and I'll get you a new ticket.
Dang. Bro, they're out of tickets. Why are you even in line? She must not be the only person performing. They selling tickets over there.
It's expensive. How much you got?
A lot.
Dang, really? She finna just stab this nigga. Where does the blood go? Where does the blood go? That's what I want to know. Bro, the transition from her personality is crazy. From when she sees Nyjah. What's wrong? She finna hop on stage. Where's security? You're the one that bit me.
Let her go.
Why the fuck this isn't gonna go in a good way at all? But I was about to say, I know that's Chloe. That.
Sing for them.
So I was right. This whole time, Marissa and Nyjah have been one to her. It's been her coping mechanism this whole time. she's gonna be all over social media, and the cops are gonna know where she's at. Is this really going how she wanted it to go? Blood on the back, blood on the hands, and everything. Bro, this, what's it called? This deep fake face is so disgusting, bro. What is this actually happening? What? Oh my gosh, bro. I've never been so mad at the ending of a show, bro. Like, the ending has left me with more questions than I thought I would have. If I'm being completely honest with you, like, I went from understanding what was going on to now not knowing a single thing, right? And I thought that by the end of this, it would be very clear what everything that's been like, bro. I literally don't like, bro. Who is Nyjah, bro? Like, realistically, because she looks like Marissa in the face a bit, obviously, and I don't know if she's supposed to look like Marissa all the way, or it's just like the deep fake is kind of like not meshing well with her face, so it's like she only looks like Marissa sometimes, or it was just supposed to have, like, she's just supposed to have her likeness in a sense, to where that's why Dre is always comparing Nyjah to Marissa and seeing them as one and the same. Also because they both loved Nyjah, so it's kind of her coping mechanism for, you know, Dre being gone. And also the ending itself, was that realistic, right? Because we know how her hallucinations work. She thought she was biting the plum, ended up actually biting Nyjah, right? So it's just this whole shebang of what is reality when it comes to Dre, right? And I feel like this is a continuation of that. Like, in season 2, I definitely don't think this is going to be realistic. Like, I don't think this is what actually happened. But the fact that she killed the girl, I thought Dre was changed, bro, and I feel like she did change, right? Because it took her how many anniversary? I think it's only been one anniversary, maybe. I'm gonna say one anniversary. It took one whole anniversary, meaning a whole year of a relationship with a person that hated Nyjah, and it's one of the top 5 discussed things. So that means that Dre knew she hated Nyjah from the bottom of her heart. Like, they talk about it a lot. So the fact that Dre was even able to let her live for a whole year without killing her, as much as she disrespected Nyjah, it showed some kind of growth for Dre. You know, she was willing to stop and you know, not go off of her instincts to just kill people that hate Nyjah off real, right? Because that's where she started, right? Like, as soon as you said one thing about hating Nyjah, she was on it, bro. She was on it. It literally took a tweet for her to kill you. And that girl was basically saying it every day in their relationship, and she survived that long. And that last straw just kicked in, right? And she just reverted back to who she was and was doing everything for Nyjah. Now, the real question is, how many people did she kill between this little time skip that we just got, and how much of a rampage she's been on? Maybe she's been chilling this whole time. I would assume not so, because when Rebecca was like, or I think her name is Rebecca, when she was like, this is your 3rd car this week, it could just be Dre killing people and taking their cars again. We know she's known for that, so I doubt like she was using credit cards to buy 3 different cars, bro. Like, if that's the case, what credit cards are she using, bro? Like, anyway, I can't even lie. The way Dre goes about all this is probably one of the most smartest things I've ever seen. And the fact that this is based on a true story, I need to know how much of this is real. You know, let's look it up. Okay, so this says the characters and events portrayed are fictitious, and any similarities to or identification with the name, character, or history of an actual person, living or dead, or any company is entirely coincidental and unintentional. Plus, That's not true. Unintentional plus neighbors, total variety. Everything is legally combed through. So it says this is not a work of fiction, but every bit of like what's it called, news or media is saying that it's a work of fiction. Okay, so I was right. They literally did one of the most confusing things in the history of TV shows, right? They've taken actual events and applied them to the main character Dre, so everything is technically fake, right? But it's not at the same time. Like, it's not. Now, how far are the murders real? I doubt it. I think the murders are the stretched part that is also fiction, but and that's just to kind of just show the intensity and the love that the Beehive have for Beyonce, right? Kind of situation and how far they would go. I think that's what's going on. So they did a good job of keeping this very confusing. They tell you it's not a work of fiction, and then as you watch the show, you kind of get like this, oh, it is fiction feel. What they said is not fiction, so you're kind of like teetering between the two. And then the episode 6 happens, and you're kind of like, wait, what the hell, is it actually real? And then episode 7 happens, and you're like, well, dang. And you're watching episode 7 like it's real. And then, you know, at the end, you just look it up to find out it's not real, but it is real, if that makes any sense whatsoever, you know. So I think that's a very cool way to do it. It definitely piqued my interest even more during the last episode to see how much of this was real, and the fact that it's just like the certain scenarios that are real, it's like it's completely understandable, you know. So I like it. I like the fact that they intertwine and have woven reality with fiction. I don't think that happens a lot in Hollywood, you know. You do have it sometimes in documentaries, but it's kind of like the documentary is like mainly realistic, right? So it's like really no fiction. But the way that they did this is they took completely separate events from 2016 to 2018, right, and applied them to Dre. So there's like so many unrelated things that are related but not related that, you know, were applied to Dre to be related, you know, woven and intertwined to be Dre, to make Dre's character, which I think is one of the most unique things somebody has ever done in the writing of a show, right? So I applaud Neighbors for stepping into a realm of TV where fiction and non-fiction are blended together very well, and it makes you think, what the heck am I watching, right? Is this a documentary? Is this completely fake? Like, what is it? What am I watching? And it's just blended so well, bro. It's literally blended so well. The fact that the last 2 episodes are the ones that make you teeter between it being real and fake says a lot. Because if it was at the beginning, then it would be easier to kind of decipher as you go along. But watching the whole thing and then seeing episode 6 and being like, what the heck, this is real, and then watching episode 7 going into it with the realization that it could be real kind of situation, it's like that whole like emotional roller coaster that you go through during this whole show is just, it's like heightened by that experience of blending fiction with non-fiction, right? And I just love that. So I applaud Neighbors for that. And yeah, this has been one of the best TV shows I've seen in a minute. I can't lie. I've stopped watching TV shows. I can't remember the last time I actually watched a TV show except for The Last of Us, and even then I wasn't that interested in The Last of Us. It's good, don't get me wrong, but it hasn't had me clinched like this, like Swarm has, bro. Swarm has been an amazing show from start to finish. There hasn't been one bad episode, one boring episode, and I applaud them for that. So yeah, that being said, it's me, World Clouds by Shinobi, and I'm out. Peace.